Hello everybody, Terry O'Key here. This is the Song and Story Show, episode number 2. Today's song is Sunday Morn, and I know that a lot of you know this song because it's definitely a crowd favorite. It's an up-tempo blues number. It's more of a majory blues than a minor blues, so it's a very happy sounding song, and a lot of people like to sing and dance to this song. I usually will play this song right in the front of the set because it's a fun up-tempo song, and everybody kind of going, and it gets the band, when we play with the band, the Cactus Jam Band, it gets everybody kind of like a sound check for a first song. It's kind of a fun song to play. The groove, originally, it's an E blues. I wrote it on this little writing guitar. And I love the major sound of the major blues. I love the blues in general, but the blues, when you're playing the blues, you want to create something a little bit different. You want it to kind of stick out. So when we're playing a blues in E, a 12 bar. Now that's instantly recognizable, but it can get a little bit monotonous. And I'm always trying to create in my songs ways of differentiating chords that sound a little bit off, and then they sound right. I love the way Willie Nelson uses chords like that, and a couple of other great writers. But so I took this form, and I was hearing movement when it goes to the 4, and so I put this movement chord in where it goes, which is a diminished chord, and then I put what's called a 1-6-2-5, which is a major sounding. So the whole thing sounds like this. Well, I should play it on I wrote it on that little guitar, but I play it on this one more. Then I add a little sharp 5 turnaround. And so it does that twice, but then when I came around the second time, felt like it needs movement again, so I'm going to go to the 4 section. Now we're playing an A again, and then we're going to drop down to the major, a major 2. And then 5, of course, to turn. And then finish it. And then it becomes a whole song. And so the thing is, when you so obviously it's not going to be a serious song. It's not going to be a breakup song. It's not going to be any serious political. It's going to be a very silly, lighthearted song anyway. When you're writing songs, one of the things that makes good songs is that you match the emotions and the story to the feel of the music. Obviously, you're not going to write a really sad song to this, really sad lyrics to this kind of music. And so I set about writing about the being out in clubs. At the time, this was a while back, at the time I was spending a lot of time in nightclubs and sometimes feeling like maybe I was spending too much time out seeing my friends play and doing this kind of thing. This is Black Book number 2 where we are here. I've got these writing books. Each one has about 60 songs in it. This one This one is seriously water damaged because I was camping and I had a little flood. And I was really, really mad at first because, you know, these songs represent about probably 3 years of writing, and these are all the original copies. So I was kind of mad, but it turns out, luckily, this is an art paper book, and so it dries really well. So that's the other good thing. I get them because they because they erase really well. When you write, I write in pencil. I don't have any computers or tablets or anything around because it's too distracting. So I write in pencil, and if you have a good art eraser, you can erase a lot. And some of these songs, there's a lot of erasing going on. So here's Sunday Morn. There's not that. Usually I'll make the notes on one side and then put the finished version of the song on the other side. Now, I've changed this since I started. I used to start writing. I wanted to put the finished copy over here, but I started writing over here thinking, oh, I'll put the scratch copy over here, but then I just ended up writing the whole song over there. There's not that many notes here. Some of the songs have a lot of ideas and notes that get scrapped. This one says, handing out praise was a phrase that I came up with. It says here, is there too much a thing as spending too much time in clubs? And then one of the first lines I had was jamming and jawing, people getting together and jamming and jawing. And then the rhyme, the couplet with hemming and hawing, which I thought was really fun. And then the issue of being out late on a Saturday night and then Sunday morning. So there's a lot of Sunday morning imagery here. Here is the original lyrics. And it's shorter, actually, than the song ended up. That might be a little hard to see. It's not that dark. By the time I got to arranging it and playing it with the band, I got a little bit selfish with the solos. And I wanted to play more solos because I really like playing over this major type of thing. You can play like a B.B. King or a Dickie Betts sound, which is like a major blues, and then there's a really neat part where you got the diminished chord you can play off of. So I got a little selfish with the guitar solos when we play live, and we make it long. It's like 5.5 minutes long because it's the first song and everybody's kind of checking their levels and everything, and I put a lot of guitar solos in because it's really fun. So then the second version I had to write was in book number 4 or 5, and this is now the finished one. I had to add an extra verse to make up for the extra solos. I don't think I'm perfectly well yet from last week's illness. Also the keyboard. I love to hear the keyboard solo on this kind of a figure, so I always want to have a keyboard solo in there. I like that. So now this kind of a major, you know, sometimes it's going to be minor pentatonic, which we hear a lot of. Stevie Ray Vaughan did that a lot. A lot of people do that. But the one that I was really going after for this was more like B.B. King, when B.B. King says, and he gets that really fat major tone, and I really like that. It took me forever to learn how to do it. Or like Dickie Betts did it a lot when he did it in a kind of a different way though. He did it in the blues. If they were going, what's one of the Dickie would do. Or if he had a figure, like he would put it in a rock figure more like, and he would tear it up like. kind of I'm just thinking about it. I love it. Oh, when they did it a lot was in, everybody knows this song. In Melissa, he would do it a lot. Him and... Oh, that's such a neat sound. And so it's got a little intro, and then we go right in with guitar solo. Oh, it's so much fun to play, and a big shout out to Jeffrey Marshall, who was the one who clued me in on the diminished chords. That was a huge help to me. Jeffrey Marshall's got a wonderful channel, and if you look him up, if you're a guitar player and you look him up, he's got amazing lessons. He's a monster. He can play. There's nothing he can't play. So that's fun. So let's see. So the lyrics are not highly meaningful like most up-tempo, fun, rock and rollish tunes. The lyrics say, "I may never find the salvation I seek." I mean, who knows what you're going to find when you spend a lot of time in bars. I've been out running around with all the sinners all week, so don't call me for no business on the Sunday morn. So that's the key figure. I may never find the salvation I seek, and I've been out running around with all you sinners all week, so don't call me for no business on that Sunday morning. Turn around. So it hits the tag on the 1, 6, 2, and 5. I might get to town with my heart on my sleeve, you know. But just look in my eyes, you can see that I believe. I still have faith. I'm a very positive person. So don't call me for no business on that Sunday morning. Now when we switch to the A part, we use that couplet. It says, "A Saturday night for Jim and Henshaw here. You know the folks, they're all here. Ain't no time for him and all in our time. Could be drawing near. It ain't so hard where there's only 10 rules," and then it goes on. So I like that. I like those couplings. The next verse says, these are kind of funny Sunday references. It says, "They say forgiveness is the way the Lord works, but how can you repent if you've never sinned first?" So I like that. It's kind of silly and it matches the music. And then it says, now this one I like because I've always been a total night owl. Like I'll stay up till 3:30 in the morning every single night. I love the night. I have no idea why, but I remember from when I was very young, 9, 10, 11 years old, I was up until like 1 o'clock in the morning, and my teachers were always sending me to the nurse because I was falling asleep in school. They thought I was on some kind of drugs or something. I just said, "Look, you got to start school later, and then I won't fall asleep." Especially when they show those damn film strips and they turn all the lights out in first period. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning and they're putting you in a dark room. Oh, it drove me up the wall. In any case, there's some night imagery here. It says, "I just can't get no rest while the night plays its tune, and I'll follow home the long shadows of the moon." And I like that because sometimes if you're coming home at 2 or 3 in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, and the moon is almost down, and it's the longest shadow of the night. It says, now the next bridge, I got tired of singing that one bridge 3 times, so I changed the bridge. It says, now when we go to the A section, it says, "Saturday night, you know the roof's gonna raise. We're gonna raise the roof. Everybody's having a good old time. But Sunday morning, if they're handing out praise, I guess I'd better be the first in line." I like that. I better, yeah, if I've been out sinning all night Saturday, I better get to church and be the first in line. But the last one is the, oh, I forgot to put the very last one on there. Looks like I didn't quite finish, but it said, I'd like to be there for the choir's melody. All right, so let's run through it. This is episode number 2 of Song and Story. I hope that you come and see the band sometime because we always play this song. I am going to be doing 12 episodes of this series, and each episode is a song from the first collection of songs. They used to call it an album, but people don't make albums anymore. People make singles and collections of songs. And it's very costly to record, and I really want to record these songs and get them out there. I don't have a lot of money, so I'm going to be putting up a fundraiser as this show progresses, and at the very end I'm going to play through the entire record, and the final episode I guess will be number 13. And so that's going to be really fun. In fact, maybe I'll bring in some guests to play along with me. That would be really fun. But here we go with Sunday Morning, the Blues in E. I may never find salvation I seek, and I've been out running around with all these sins all week. So don't call me for no business on that Sunday morning. I may get to town with my heart on my sleeve, but a look in my eyes you cannot see that I believe. So don't call me for no business on that Sunday morning. Oh yeah. A Saturday night for jamming and joying. You know the folks, they're all here. Ain't no place for him and then in our time could be drawing near. It ain't so hard where there's only 10 rules, but if I get into heaven I got some broken time. So don't call me for no business on that Sunday morning. I missed it. They say forgiveness is the way the Lord works. When how can you repent if you ain't had for sin first? And don't call me for no business on that Sunday morning. Yeah, just can't get no rest while the night plays its tune. I'll follow home along the shadows of the moon. So don't call me for no business on that Sunday morning. Saturday night, you know that roof gonna raise. Everybody's having a good old time. But Sunday morning, if they handing out praise, I guess I better be the first in line. I may never find salvation I seek, and I've been out running around with holy city all week. So don't call me for no business. Yeah, don't call me for no business. Don't call me for anything at all on that Sunday. On that Sunday morning. All right, I wish I could put the keyboard solo in there, but I cannot. All right, well, thank you guys for tuning in. Please like and share and subscribe and all of that fancy business. And check out my other videos. I've got this an awesome music video called The Hawk. which has a really nice dobro part in it. I've got a couple of new videos coming up, and don't forget Monday nights is the Mellow Monday Music Moments. It's 30 minutes of instrumental music for you to just relax and remember that we're all in this together and that we have more in common than we have differences. And that's our hope. So peace and good night, and I will see you soon. I may never find salvation I seek, and I've been running around with all you